step forward.
Welcome back to the Then and Now podcast, everybody. I'm your co-host C Diesel, aka Captain Diesel. Today with me, I have Lelouch V. To the right of me, I have Professor E. King of Comics, Ethan Murphy. How y'all doing, brothers?
I'm pretty great, man. Lelouch V has been officially endorsed by the original voice actor for Lelouch, so I'm feeling excellent right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You got to meet your namesake in a way. It's a meta loop.
Put the picture and post edits. That was dope. That's dope though. Hey, I'm telling you, I've said it before in the show. Like whenever you get to meet somebody that like worked on something directly that inspires you, that you fuck with, it's a whole different feeling. Like meeting that person and being genuinely dope. I can't explain it.
Absolutely. Right on. That's great. Congrats.
To get into the topic for the day, guys, obviously, we're going to be looking at the highly anticipated Blue Beetle video showing the entrance of Jaime Reyes into the DC universe. I think this is the first official movie of the James Gunn DCU, I think. Or was it before he was involved?
No,
I don't know.
He was involved.
Yeah, because if yeah, imagine if the movie's coming up already, they have a trailer. He probably wasn't involved just yet. It's too soon for that.
I feel like they're pretty cloak and dagger about this movie. Like I'd only seen a screenshot here and there of like the suit. I don't think I've heard anything about casting big or anything about like the overall plot or anything. It's been pretty like hush hush. I don't know if it's been on purpose or people's having lack of interest, but we're going to find out.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't do that because it wasn't like a whole bunch of like crazy hoopla and conjectures and all that kind of nonsense. It's just here it is. Here's actual product yourself, just for yourself. That's it.
Yeah. All I've really seen is that Miguel from Cobra Kai is going to be unbeatable. Right.
It is him. Yes, right. That's right. We actually like him, Cobra Kai. I
haven't seen it yet, but I've heard.
Have you seen Cobra Kai?
Mm-hmm. It is good.
I still watched the original Karate Kid yet.
Yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta have a whole Charlie. We gotta do a whole series like Charlie's never seen. We gotta do because you just saw Creed. You gotta watch the Rockies. You gotta watch Karate Kid. He has a bunch of Charlie.
You can watch some of the Rockies.
1 and 2. But they're like the main, like they're whatever. That's what we get on.
That's potential content later on. We'll get into that. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get into this review. Did I get rid of the whole thing? Okay, here it is.
Review/reaction.
Oh yeah, either or, both, something like that.
Review of the trailer. Go.
We're gonna react to our own reviews. There we go.
Make sure this is all the way back here and.
Excuse me, Mr. Reyes.
They are milking this song, right?
I know, bro.
I'm
fucking with it though. It's probably my favorite Lizzie song. I ain't gonna hold it.
They have her in this too. Yeah, definitely Miguel.
Everything right now feels so out of reach.
You always land on your feet, bro. You're Jaime.
They don't get out much.
I just want to look at them to Miami.
Jenny?
Go ahead with your wife, but do not open it.
You went in to get us jobs, and all you brought back was a hamburger.
Okay, I don't think it's a burger.
You haven't looked?
Hey, George Lopez?
Yeah, it's George Lopez. A weird beard.
With a mullet too, I think.
Yeah, mullet and a beard.
Oh shit.
Poor George is dead.
For sure did. My dad was murdered.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. What the?
Yeah, I like the
Who said that?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
That's smooth.
Re-entry systems ready.
Wait, no. This ain't what you
Oh, they made the voice.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
This is Scarab, yeah.
What is going on? I just want to rock.
It's called the Scarab. It's some kind of world-destroying weapon. It's designed to protect its host.
This ain't what you want.
Sometimes it does what you want, and
Did I
sometimes it
murder
doesn't.
anybody? I don't know.
Collateral damage.
They're all dead. Everyone in that bus is
Right.
I cut a bus in half.
The Scarab chose you, but it belongs to me.
Randy.
The love you feel for your family makes you weak.
Craven the Hunter?
I was about to say that. It was like, why does it look like Craven?
I forgot it's DC for a second.
The universe has sent you a gift, and you have to figure out
Why?
what
Because
you're
it
gonna
look
do with
interesting?
it. That's my heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Whatever you can imagine, I can create.
Let's party.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
Nice choice.
That's one of them.
Hard at it.
Whoa, it's like Batman stuff. Batman's a fascist.
That's one of them.
Fascist. That was pretty clean.
That was clean. I'll fuck with that.
That was pretty clean.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't bad. I can't say I was necessarily wowed by it, but it's interesting enough to watch the movie, I guess. Yeah.
Put it like this: they had my curiosity, but now they have my attention.
Calvin Candy. The thing is, man, I agree. I'm actually with both y'all at the same time because, like Otis said, I wasn't like, "Yo, this is fantastic," but at the same, it's not supposed to be. This is a teaser. This is my first images I've seen of this movie at all. I imagine for a vast majority of people, it's the first image we've seen of this at all. And with the DC, all the stuff, all the flack DC gets, all expectations were pretty damn low. But I actually liked seeing Miguel from Cobra Kai in this. I actually liked how the Scarab, the suit looked. I wasn't expecting a female voice for the Scarab. That kind of threw me off. I don't. It's fine. Whatever.
It's always been
Yeah, it's not a problem.
No, it's not a
Has
problem
it?
at all. Not a problem at all.
I mean, any animated version I've seen of him, the Scare's been female.
But I think in the comics, though, it's not.
In Young Justice, it was just like an altered version of his own voice talking back to him.
It was him. Yeah, it was his own voice. But I think in the comics, it's meant to be like non-gendered. You can't really tell what it is, anyways, because it might make a difference. So, but anyways, all that aside, it looked fun. That's the thing. It didn't look like super hardcore darkness, like I'm a traumatic backstory. I laughed multiple times. I laughed seeing George Lopez get killed. He died. He's dead. That's
For sure. Like how hard that lightning hit him and how he hit the ground.
Lightning. I don't know the last time y'all got struck by lightning at point blank range, but it is not fun. So, especially if you're in your 70s, like George Lopez is, that dude is dead twice.
I'm curious to see how much backlash we're gonna get from all the controversy he's had around him lately within his own community.
I mean, that's inevitable. You're gonna have, but hopefully I hope it doesn't affect the movie. I mean, obviously, like with Ezra Miller involved with the Flashpoint movie, people are still gonna see that movie. That's even more controversy too. So
with more evidence coming out with that one, it seems like he's not as crazy as media made him out to be initially. He's probably still weird, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But for this movie in particular, though, I am definitely excited. I'm hoping that Jaime is going to be more like the Spider-Man of this DCU, of how they used Tom Holland's Spider-Man like Civil War.
Sure.
At least from my knowledge, from like how they use him in different comics, he's always been like that younger character that usually plays some form of a integral part of a big overall event. From my history of knowing how DC's run stories with him before. Mm-hmm. I don't really know too much about his own individual rogues gallery though, so that's going to be interesting.
Does he have one?
I'm sure there's some. I mean, I knew Ted Kord had one back in the day.
Yeah,
but I mean, in terms of bar, you just have to be better than Shazam and Black Adam. So I mean,
that bar is so high. Can anything be that high up to one rung?
As long as you're functional, you should get there. Like, if
you're conscious, just stay somewhat conscious. But no, not to obviously poo-poo on everything. But yeah, I was just, I mean, this being completely honest, it looked fun. Like I was like, yo, this looks fun. I think for the younger audience too, having you say Spider-Man, that's a perfect comparison, Deb, because Spider-Man is the young surrogate for the audience. So if this is the gateway for this is by far the youngest audience. The youngest superhero from the DC we've had so far. Yeah. So they did their job. You just get a young, hot, up and coming actor, put him in here, make the trailer fun. They did their job. So,
but they had Uzi as like one of the trailer intros. I'm like, yeah, that's what they're going for here. That's what the tone is.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
This ain't what you want, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That song, I fucked with that song heavy for a minute now. Usually songs that get like overplayed and overused get really old to me. This song is still like hitting for me. I don't know why. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm excited, mostly importantly, just to see some more representation from more people. We kind of got it with some more stuff with Marvel. Now we're getting it with Jaime. I know.
He was also with C2E2.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, fuck out.
Anyway, him and Cap? Chris Evans was there?
Yeah, Chris Evans.
Yeah. I'm excited for people like our
short
good
is not
friend
expected.
Spito. He's got people that look like him on screen now.
Yeah, so our producer, Andres Cito, he was. I talked to him yesterday. He was super duper hype about this. He, of course, I mean, in my opinion, no offense, he kind of almost looks a little bit like Miguel.
He really does.
Kind of looks a little bit like that same smile. I know he was super hype. He loves the character from the comic books, and he loves seeing, of course, some representation, like you said. It means something to people actually having, a superhero that looks like you on the screen. So it looks fun, man. It actually looks genuinely fun. So
I remember
it doesn't look like Shazam and Black Adam. So hey, you got my nod. I'm a big fan of Blue Beetle and the iterations that I've seen of him. Jaime Reyes is a pretty solid character, so I'm curious to see how they portray him on screen. And it's kind of like the catapult into the new phase of DC. They better get it right. But
I don't think I've seen like a bad version of Jaime anywhere, honestly, from my opinion.
No,
Like,
I've only
Batman
seen
Brave and the Bold to Young Justice. He's always been like a pretty consistent dude.
Yeah, and I saw in the comics, it was more or less tangentially with other characters, like he was involved with Booster Gold and other characters sometimes too. But he's always fun. He's always an enjoyable character, and sometimes his character, because of the Scarab, it's like a bit darker at times. Like he's almost like a Venom type of thing. But this iteration seemed, just from what we gleaned, it seemed like the Scarab and him aren't as much enemies as you remember in Spider-Man Homecoming, right? How the suit talks to Spider-Man. It kind of seems like it's more akin to that, like it's there to guide and help him as opposed to like try to destroy him.
I'm actually slightly disappointed by that because like that was a fun storyline that they had going, but I mean, they still have the showing of him being out of control with it. So I mean, there's gonna be that to some degree, but you just got to see exactly what they choose to put on screen.
And that could always be there significantly, or
Yeah.
it could be like a thing with Young Justice where it kind of flipped after a while. Like it was bad, and then once I almost called it the Swarm, the aliens. I can't remember the name of them. The aliens. The Hive Mind or something.
That wasn't. I know what you're talking. Yeah, what's it called? Hive.
The people that were like the
They
originators
made
of
the crops.
technology.
What the hell were they called? God damn it, that's not bothering me.
Yeah, when they popped back up, the suit kind of went haywire because for whatever reason, I can't remember exactly. That was
Was it the Reach? Is that what it was
the
called?
Reach. That's Reach.
The Reach.
Mm-hmm.
My old man brain. Remember?
Yeah, I haven't watched that season in a minute, so
Yeah,
it was
season
alright.
two.
It was alright.
Season 2 is still cool.
Yeah.
It has an impulse.
Either way it goes, I can't say I've gotten to the level of where Charlie is. They now have my interest. So I mean, let's see what they can do with it from there. I hope it doesn't bore me.
But let's be honest here. Let's be honest here, fam. On the Otis East scale, interest is like having interest is a lot from a Warner Brothers project. That's a lot.
It's all for everybody. That's like 90% of humanity is pretty high.
Yeah, that's so I'll take it. One thing I think what they might do is they might
What do
have.
y'all think I am?
A demon.
What you said about? I think we've got like 2 shows the past year where you haven't thrown some flack towards Warner Brothers. But what I hope will happen though is it'll be very much where the suit is like kind of like the way Ultron's logic is as far as like humanity is flawed. Therefore, it's the simplest course of action is just to do this. And Jaime has kind of like try to educate like, no, we don't have to kill everyone to stop these things from happening. It's kind of a fun back and forth with the two of them or something. So.
I'm also curious to see how the origins of it are because it seems like from that one shot we got of it where it's in like this blue like dimension type thing. I feel like they're gonna try to make it seem somewhat mystical to an extent. I don't know because I know in like the comics it's purely like tech and alien tech, but I don't know if they're gonna get any kind of magic involved with it at all.
Sure.
I've always related Jaime Reyes' story to one of my favorite anime in Parasite the Maximum.
Yeah, I can see it.
There's some correlation there. I hope they at least like think about some of things from there that they can incorporate into this series. But
it's not that dark though. That's Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Parasite, it's literally quality horror.
Right?
It's
they had a
right
dog
in the
face
horror.
Die, but yeah.
I mean, people die left and right. I mean, for those who haven't seen Parasite, the Max was fantastic. I watched it all the way through twice. It's great, but it's not a happy.
You gotta adjust to that because like your first initial seeing any of those aliens from that show, like will make your skin crawl if you're not used to it.
That's the point. Yeah. It's Jesus. It is very.
I mean, is Junji Ito type stuff with actual good storyline behind it.
Wow, we're throwing shade.
That's him. You know what? That's
like the most prolific manga kid of horror.
That's all him, people. It's all that, man. I want no smoke.
He's gonna get like
no
shit
smoke.
coming up on Reddit from all Ito's fans, which is half of Japan. But I feel you though, Otis. I feel if there, even though this is fun, obviously there has to be some stakes. There has to be some weight or gravitas to what's actually happening. It can't just be, the kind of flying around, nothing matters, who cares, graphics and effects. I mean, you get into a Black Adam range. No offense. So yeah, I'm with you.
But I feel like that's what it'll be, though. I feel like it'll be something to that effect. Like you talked about the audience, and it's obvious that the kind of vibe they're going for here. I think this is going to be something akin to maybe Across the Spider-Verse, where it's it's quick, it has some depth to it, but it's not super deep, and kids can relate to it.
If they do something like this, let's be honest though, if they do something like that, like Across the Spider-Verse, Jesus.
Into the Spider-Verse.
My bad. Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah. My bad.
I mean, kind of both. We'll see. I mean, we got to see how Across goes first, but I have hope for that as well. Yeah. But yeah, guys, let us know what you guys think about the trailer, or what you thought about our thoughts on the trailer.
Wait, before we go, I'm sure y'all saw this. When I saw this, I was like, oh, this is just for y'all. He put us basically his Bonkai at the end there with his sword.
Oh yeah. I'm ready for that. I'm trying. Swords toward play in any extent. I'm ready for it. I'm always ready for it.
You thought? I actually thought Cloud's Buster
Sword. It looked like that, but the way he summoned it was much more of a Bonkai.
It was a Shikai, actually. I think it was a Shikai, right?
Shikai, yes.
Yes, one of his Shikais. It gets complicated.
We're getting to it.
Anyway, bye guys. See you guys next time.
Bye.
I want to try to give Warner Brothers compliments, but they have Last of Us running at the same time as Velma. There's so much disparity.